Well, today, the first meeting of the Committee on Syrian Refugees, which involves the Home Secretary and the Community Secretary, will talk about plans to bring the refugees that Britain is committed to here to this country. So let's talk about that now. Live in Coventry, you saw her just now, Dr. Dallal Stevens, a specialist in refugee and asylum law and policy at the University of Warwick. Welcome to you. As we were saying there, some people pushing for Britain to take in more refugees. The government, however, has committed to taking 20,000 over the next few years. How much of a logistical challenge is that kind of number?
Well, I don't think it should be. We do have a lot of experience in this country of dealing with asylum seekers and refugees, and we can certainly draw on that. Perhaps the most similar recently was following the former Yugoslavia, when we brought in Bosnians and Kosovars. Admittedly, the numbers are not the same. That was probably about 4,000 to 6,000 people came in. But we don't know yet how they are preparing to deal with this, what numbers per year are to come in. So I think that if we draw on our experience, we consult local authorities, we talk to the Refugee Council and British Red Cross, this is certainly manageable.
And what will happen to them initially when they first arrive? They're being taken from camps in and around Syria. So where do they go to live when they first arrive?
Well, that's what the discussions will be about. In the past, they've been dispersed to local authorities that have been willing to take them in. But I think, again, as I say, the lessons should be learnt about that. What we don't want is what we've seen sometimes in the past, that they're sent to towns where the accommodation's not appropriate, they're isolated, some people committed suicide, for example. So local authorities with experience, cities of sanctuary such as Coventry and Sheffield, and people with experience of handling this can advise and provide a proper welcome and acceptance and settlement of the Syrian refugees.
Well, yes, and we just saw that film there of Benedict Cumberbatch talking about wanting Britain to accept more refugees, and there have been many people around the country expressing compassion, wanting to do their bit to help. But there have equally been people who are concerned about having more people in the country. They're worried that there'll be a strain on public services. How hard is it for people arriving when they're going to get something of a mixed reception?
Well, I think that's really important. I mean, one of the problems about this whole thing has been the language used. Everybody has been talking about migrants, and it's really important to distinguish between refugees and migrants. So these Syrians are refugees to whom we do owe an obligation under international law. These are people who cannot return because they may be tortured or face persecution in Syria and other countries. And I think once people understand that, then it's easier for them to appreciate the conditions they're coming from and offer a better welcome. But it is down to government, it is down to the media to actually keep stressing that this is different. These are people to whom we owe an obligation, who need protection. I've just come back actually from Kos, having witnessed the experience of people actually on the ground, and it truly is quite unsettling and disturbing, the conditions they're facing. So I think we should and can do more.
OK, well, Dr. Dallal Stevens, we appreciate your thoughts. Thanks very much indeed.